Evan was sprawled on his dorm bed, scrolling through X, when his phone buzzed. A message from his buddy Nate.
Yo, you in for a hackathon? Need a coder like you. Teams me, you, Raj, and one more. Meet on Discord tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Evan shrugged. He wasn't big on group projects, but Nate was persistent, and coding was his thing. Plus, he had no plans. Sure, I'm in, he replied. The next evening, Evan joined the Discord call, expecting the usual awkward intros. Nate was there, hyped as always, and Raj, their chill mutual friend, cracked a joke about his caffeine addiction. Then a fourth voice, confident and female.
Hi.
Evan froze. A girl, he hadn't expected that. When she introduced herself as Arya, his stomach did a weird flip. He knew that name. More importantly, he knew her. A few months back, he'd seen her around campus. Arya was hard to miss. Striking, with a sharp jawline, jet black hair, and smooth, light brown skin that glowed under the sun. She had this aesthetic vibe, always in crop tops that showed off her midriff, moving with a quiet confidence that made heads turn. Evan had noticed her in passing, felt a flicker of attraction, but that was it. She was from a different class, a different world. Besides, Evan had sworn off girls years ago. His self-esteem was a graveyard of rejections and cold shoulders. As the team brainstormed their hackathon project, a sustainability app for tracking carbon footprints, Evan stayed quiet, mostly listening. He half expected Arya to ignore him, like most girls did, but then she spoke directly to him.
Evan, you're the backend guy, right? Got any ideas for the database?
He stammered, caught off guard, and mumbled something about MongoDB. Girls weren't supposed to be nice to him. The call stretched late, and to Evan's shock, Arya kept engaging him. She asked about his favorite coding language, teased him for his outdated Discord avatar, and even laughed at his dry humor. Nate and Raj were there too, but it felt like Arya was zeroing in on him. Evan noticed Nate seemed extra chummy with her, throwing in pet names like
Babe. Are they dating?
Evan wondered. Evan pushed the thought aside. He wasn't here to chase girls, just to code. By midnight, Raj and Nate had logged off, but Arya and Evan were still on, tweaking the prototype's UI. It was just the two of them now, their first ever voice call. Her voice was softer without the group, and she started asking personal stuff: where he grew up, what music he liked. Evan's heart raced. He'd never talked to a girl like this, let alone one who looked like Arya. Evan had seen on the internet the best way to get a girl to like you is to just ask her questions. He had watched the 40-year-old virgin, hoping he would never end up like him. So he kept asking her questions and Arya kept yapping. The both of them also had a little laugh where Arya tried to tell Evan to use the copy option in WhatsApp instead of selecting the text.
No, move the cursor there. See that button? No, go down a bit.
Evan realized after a minute.
Wait, what? The copy button? Obviously, I know that. Come on, fam. Allow it.
He nearly choked. The call ended at 2 a.m. And minutes later, his phone pinged. A text from Arya.
Yo, you're fun to talk to. Night.
He stared at the screen, dazed, unable to sleep. Her words looped in his head, electric and confusing. The hackathon weekend arrived, and the team met in person at the university's tech hub. He was floored but tried to play it cool. They coded for hours, the team's vibe loose and fun, but Evan started noticing things. Nate was clingy with Arya, always pulling her close or interrupting when she talked to Evan. Arya didn't seem to mind, but Evan caught her rolling her eyes once when Nate launched into a long-winded rant about Roman history. Weird, Evan thought. Nate's quirks, his obsession with obscure historical facts, his overly sensitive reactions to criticism seemed to grate on her. By the second day, Evan's suspicions were confirmed. Nate called Arya my girl in front of everyone, and she didn't correct him. Evan's stomach sank. They're definitely dating. The late-night Discord call, her texts, her warmth, it all felt like a cruel misread. She's just friendly, he told himself, extroverted. I am an idiot for thinking it was more. He felt betrayed, not by Arya, but by his own dumb hope. He clammed up for the rest of the hackathon, focusing on code and avoiding her gaze. Their app placed third, but the spark between the team fizzled after the event. The group chat went silent, and Evan distanced himself. He couldn't shake the sting of misreading Arya's friendliness. Out of curiosity, he checked Raj's WhatsApp DMs a week later, wondering if Arya was as close with him. He scrolled their DMs, nothing special, just hackathon logistics. Guess it was just me she was nice to, he thought, unsure if that made it better or worse. Months passed, and Evan threw himself into his studies, trying to forget the whole thing. It was a random Tuesday, halfway through lunch in the campus cafeteria, when Arya appeared at his table. She looked different. Her usual confidence dimmed, her eyes tired.
Hey, Evan. Can we talk?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Neat and I broke up. It's been rough. I just needed to talk to someone who's not, like, in my usual circle.
Sorry to hear that. What happened?
He was a lot. Super clingy, always needing reassurance, and he'd get weirdly intense about stuff, like his history obsession. I couldn't breathe around him. You were always chill, though. I liked talking to you during the hackathon.
Yeah, you were cool too. I didn't know you guys were dating.
It wasn't even that serious. He just assumed we were, and I went along with it for a while. Dumb move. I don't know. It's like I have something I want to say, but
It's fine, but I don't think you should have been talking to me then during that hackathon if you guys were dating, right?
I'm sorry if I came off weird back then. I wasn't trying to mess with you. I just liked hanging out.
Yeah, it's fine, obviously. I just thought you were being, like, friendly.
I was being friendly. You were an interesting individual to talk to. Lol. Hey, we should talk more. You still on Discord?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I am always there, to be honest.
Evan nodded, and, that night, she texted him.
Yo, you free for a call? Need to vent some more. Lol.
They hopped on Discord, and it was like the hackathon night all over again. Easy, fun, no pressure. She ranted about her breakup. He shared his own insecurities about college, and they laughed until 1 in the morning. From there, things snowballed. Arya started texting him daily random memes, song recommendations, or just hey, what's good? They'd have late-night Discord calls, sometimes about nothing, sometimes about everything. She'd tease him about his terrible taste in pizza toppings, and he'd fire back about her obsession with true crime podcasts. Evan couldn't believe it. For the first time, a girl wasn't just talking to him, she was choosing to. His old self-doubt lingered, whispering that she was just being nice again, but her consistency wore it down. They started hanging out in person, too. Coffee runs, study sessions, even a movie night at her dorm where she fell asleep on his shoulder. Evan was terrified to misread things again, but Arya's actions spoke louder than his fears. She'd grab his hand to drag him to a food truck, or lean into him when they laughed. One day, as they walked across campus, she looped her arm through his like it was the most natural thing. He was falling for her, hard, but he kept it locked inside, too scared to ruin what they had. College graduation loomed, and their bond only deepened. They'd spend hours in the library, pretending to study but mostly stealing glances. Arya would doodle on his notebooks, and he'd save every sketch. The night before their final exams, they pulled an all-nighter on Discord.
You're gonna kill it out there. You're like secretly a genius.
You're not so bad yourself.
At the graduation after-party, Evan was buzzing with nerves. They were on a rooftop, fairy lights strung around, music thumping. Arya looked stunning in a black dress, her hair loose, her smile brighter than ever. They danced, laughed, and when the crowd thinned, they sat on the edge of the roof, legs dangling. Evan's heart was pounding. He couldn't hold it in anymore.
Hey, Arya, what are we? Like, I know we're close, but I don't want to assume anything.
Evan, are you dumb? I'm your girlfriend.
Wait, what? Since when?
Since like forever. I've been throwing hints for months, dude. The calls, the texts, the cuddling. You're so clueless. It's cute.
I didn't want to mess it up. I thought you were just being nice again.
I'm not that nice. I like you, Evan, a lot. Clear enough for you now?
Yeah, Crystal.
They sat there, her head on his shoulder, the city lights sprawling below. Evan's old insecurities felt miles away. For the first time, he believed he was enough not just for Arya, but for himself. As the party faded into the background, he knew this was just the start of something real.